from your friend. My question is to Coach Rhulani. It's twofold. What does this, I mean, you grew up here, went to a VIP when the VIP wasn't in existence. I mean, what does this responsibility mean for you? And previously you've turned down head coaching positions. Like, do you think that you're now ready for that?
Yeah, I think after a performance like that and after 3 straight results, it would be unwise to even start to think of myself. I think when you are being called to serve, you've always got to try to think less of yourself and try to put the team first. And I think in this moment in time, it becomes even very difficult to detach myself from what the team is going through, because as much as I can explain and elaborate on what it means for myself, but I think as a club at this moment in time, we are feeling a lot, and regardless of how I feel and regardless of the honor bestowed upon me to lead an institution like this, I think it counts for nothing when as a club and as an institution we are not in a good way. And I am part of that, and it becomes very difficult to detach myself emotionally and to even think of myself in this current situation. And like I said, all we have to do is stick together and try to raise the level of performance, because of course 100% coaches will always say that a result is always a reflection of the performance. And in the last 3 matches, although today was slightly better, in the last 3 matches we have not played the way we would expect Orlando Pirates to play.
Joseph from Sports. Coach Rhulani, you're very close with Mitchell.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
Yeah.
Did he perhaps prep you mentally? Did he have you on a one-on-one to say, hey, this is what's about to go down? And your brotherhood, what has this turnaround that happened do to it now that Coach Owen, you called it a cup of the Minos on Thursday. You said this is one cup that gives you hope because big teams always fluff it. What did you see?
Who starts?
Either.
Okay. Yeah, I think you are. I think there's a lot of conspiracy theories going around, and a lot of psychological experts speaking about the relationship between myself and Mitchell, and not knowing how, as you say, how close we really are, and how affected I was also by the news. It's unfortunate that the personal issues have been going on for quite some time, and they were affecting him. But I think it's also important that we respect that space and respect him as not just as a colleague, but also as a human being and as a brother, and not dwell too much onto that, and try to focus more on trying to improve the team and trying to move forward, you know, and that is my focus at the moment.
Yeah, look, it was actually just a bit of a cliche, or it's just something that I just came up. But I mean, if you look at the past, Baroka did very well in this cup, and I think Free State Stars before that. So it's like, I mean, like Coach Mosimani said at one stage that because of the amount of games that they play, Champions League, Pirates are involved in all the cups, whether you like it or not, they're there, you know. And I think early in the season, coming into a competition like this, I think the teams that play less, like us, we actually a bit more fresher, and you know, maybe a bit hungrier, because to get the bigger cups is just as difficult. So I think all the cups are equally difficult, but maybe the timing was just right for us, you know, in this space. But we're under no illusions that we are a team in construction. This is our second season in the PSL, and we're trying to get the team ready, and playing in competitions like this against big teams like Orlando Pirates, it helps us grow, it helps us learn. So if you're not playing in these competitions, it's very difficult to grow. So I think, but we certainly will not fall into the same trap. You remember what happened to Morocco. They won the cup and there was a big slump. We understand that we might not have the depth that Orlando Pirates have, and Chiefs have, and so on. But we're certainly trying to work on that and trying to grow the team so that we can be a little bit stronger moving on. Our main priority is the league. That is our bread and butter. So this has come as a bonus to us, and we've taken it with two hands.
Okay.
Exactly, from Milutin. You were once in the same position as Rhulani, as a head coach of Pirates. What can be your advice to him since taking over the team that's not doing well? And Coach Rhulani, what do you think went wrong? Because the team went unbeaten, I think for 9 or 10 games in the preseason. What do you think went wrong?
Advice, I don't know. I think, as I previously said, I think Rhulani is very, very capable. He understands the dynamics, he understands how the family in Orlando Pirates works, and I think he's very, very capable of making a great success of Orlando Pirates. So the only thing that I can say to him is that take it and make sure. And I've got all the I believe that he can do it, and I think he will do it. So the only thing he must just go and do what he does best.
And I appreciate that. Yeah, what went wrong? Yeah, of course, it's very difficult at this moment in time to put your finger on the pulse and try to diagnose exactly what we are going through. But there's quite a lot. And when you also go through first the transition that we went through with regards to the playing personnel, you need a little bit more time with regards to adaptation, not just from just introducing new players, but also some of the senior players left the squad, and that has an effect on the change room, of course, because you have less leadership, and you start now to develop more leaders within the group, and that is something that takes a bit more time. And then of course now in this moment in time, unfortunately also with games back to back, you go through another transition where there is a change with regards to technical leadership, and that also is not the easiest period for any club to undergo. But like I said earlier, we are very gracious in the defeat. We humble ourselves, and we know that we can do better. We know that we must do better, and we know that we must be a little bit more competitive on the pitch to be able to deserve to win games, because like I said, performances will always give you at least a chance to win football matches, and it's for us now to look at ways of trying to improve the performance levels, and that's the most important thing at this moment in time.
Final question?
My question is both coaches. From your side, I saw all the subs were forced. I think in the hour mark. I mean,
Are you proud of the way you ended up won the game with that win, because all the stuff to make you step with us? And from your side, you know, after the news, we also spoke about it, you know, what happened yesterday. How mentally, how difficult it was for you to prepare the players ahead of such a game? Do you think probably if, let's say, there was a little bit of time, you know, prepare the players better? And how do you turn around now? There's a game, another game coming up on Tuesday. Is it a difficult step for you, the coach, the testing time for yourself?
Yes, of course. To win today would have made things a little bit easier, of course, 100%. In football, victories help to give a bit more confidence and maybe even a little bit more stability from a psychological perspective. It can certainly not be about me. I think I'm the last person to even start to think about myself. Like I said earlier, for us at this moment in time is to think about how do we help these players to overcome the period that we currently face. How do we support them, and how do we make sure that psychologically they don't lose belief, not just in themselves but in the game only, because when the results don't come, you start to question and doubt, and then that doesn't assist with regards to overcoming the situation. So for us, it's not even about how did I feel or how am I adapting, how difficult is it. I think at this moment in time, I'm just feeling for the players, and I think they know that we as a technical team feel the pain that they feel, and we go through the same amount of stress and suffering that they go through. And you could see, and that's the best thing if you're an Orlando Pirates member or a Orlando Pirates fan. The best thing you can do is at the end of the 90 minutes, you see the players drop down on the pitch in being distraught and carrying the weight of the defeat onto the pitch, but knowing that they gave everything that they had to try to turn things around. And that is an encouraging sign. You walk into the change room and you look at the faces of the players, and you see that they feel the pain of the results. They are suffering, and they know that it's not good enough. And that is encouraging, because once there is an emotional connotation, you are then able to at least find some form of buttons to press to be able to help and assist in turning things around as quicker than allowing things to continue the way they're going. So I think the signs are good. I think the players are invested in the club, and they fight for the badge, and at this moment in time we also suffer with them, and we feel their pain, and ours is just to support them and try to find ways to assist them in overcoming the slump.
Yeah, it's always difficult. 3 or 4 changes. I mean, we had planned to bring on Mokwena with his speed to try and unlock them a little bit more, but we couldn't do that. Tella, this is his first game. Ndoro hasn't played a full game this season, so it was always going to be difficult when you have forced changes. But as the gods of football will have it, Marx Munyai came on, forced up. He crossed the goal. Wade Euster came on as a forced up. He scored the goal. So in a way, it helped us, but it was not the way we had planned it. We really wanted to come out in full attack with a lot of pace at them, and we knew that Ndoro would give us 60-70 minutes, and then we can bring on some pacey players. So unfortunately, we couldn't do that. It's just unfortunate because we don't have a very big squad. Limbikani Mzava has got a serious injury. Mbacha got 8 stitches. Makaula has also got a serious Achilles injury. So I just feel it for them, because they worked so hard to to get into the team, and now it's injuries. But that happens in football. Injuries are due to happen.
That would reach the conclusion of our press conference. Thank you.